You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. This video is going to be the top 5 oldest silver coins I've ever found metal detecting, and it's quite funny. I didn't even realize that that seeded dime that I had found last weekend was actually the oldest silver coin I've ever dug. I didn't realize it because I have found other seeded dimes before. It's just that they were later ones, almost right before they started making the barber dimes, so I didn't even realize that the 1876 was my oldest silver coin by 10 years. So in this video, I put together all 5 of the oldest coins that I have dug. One clip's missing because it was from the days before I started filming, but after the video's over, I'm going to show them all cleaned up and kind of break it down for you guys so you can see them all in one spot. And over to the bamboo plant, had a lot of funny people say what I should name him, and I actually thought Garrett, for some reason, was the most fitting one, and especially since it's, you know, after a metal detecting manufacturer. But there you go. This is Garrett the bamboo plant. It's just somehow it's so fitting, and I couldn't get past that. Once I heard Garrett, all the other names just seemed to drown away. So there he is. Say hi to the new family member, and the video starts right now. I can't believe this, guys. I'm digging in the gravel out by the road where the little driveway is. It's a seeded dime. I can't believe it. This house is not that old. Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I found one of these. 1876. It's really worn. You can see it has a lot of fine scratches. It was down in gravel. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's amazing. Now, hopefully it has a mint mark. They did make them in Carson City that year, and I've never found a Carson City mint coin. If it has one, that would be so awesome. But maybe I'll clean it up live and do a reveal later, because it's so hot out here. I can't believe that. Down in the driveway underneath the modern gravel. Unreal. This is an awesome street corner. Oh gosh, guys, you can't believe how happy I am right now. Oh, there's neighbors in the backyard. I'm really freaking out right now. I got a slam and signal right here, way down, right around 90. I pulled this huge nail out of the hole. You're not gonna believe what I see right here. I found a Morgan dollar. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Oh. I'm shaking so bad right now. What's the date? Oh, it's old. Oh my gosh, I think it's 1888. Oh man, I'm really flipping out right now. It was right next to this big nail. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Look at the condition. Let's check the hole again. I think there's more iron in there, but I'll check it again. Guys, I'm a happy camper right now. I'm gonna look back here a lot better now. Alright, this is one of the most challenging places I've ever hunted because of the overload of trash and the fact that all of it is on, most of it I should say, is on a really steep hill. I've only been here half an hour and man, I've already gotten a workout. But just in case this is silver, I'm going to film this. It wants to hit more like a clad dime, but it's 4 inches down, and I just don't think the clad is going to be deep here. I got one clad dime that was just an inch under. Because this is real thick clay and all pushed over. I mean, it's a heck of a time just even digging 2 inches down with all the clay and rocks in here. That wants to read 4 inches down. It's kind of reading lower that way. I didn't check it that way before I turned the camera on, and the ferrous is jumping a little higher this way. But it does sound like a coiner, since the tone changes both directions. If not a coin, still might be something good. I don't know what, but I like the signal. Conductivity wants to hit 45 when I come this way, which is good. But I'll let you guys know what it is. No live digs here, that's for sure. It'd be too tough. Okay, this is the first hole I dug. It's actually normal dirt. It wasn't that hard to dig. I probably could have done this one live, but let me see my plug there. I'm about 5 inches down, and see that there. I mean, normally I know when I dig something up, but this I'm not sure. I want to say it's a clad dime, but to be that deep and have just a little bit of a different look to it, I don't know, that could be like a toasted merc or something. But I don't know. Let's pull it out. Oh, it's a barber. Oh, sweet. That's why I came to this spot. I knew there could be stuff older than the location here. Oh, man. I thought if it was silver, it was just going to be a toasty merc. Wow. Let me get this cleaned up a second, and I'll get back with you guys. Sweet. And heck yeah, I knew when I didn't see the head on the front, I didn't want to say it. And I took off my gloves because I know they have grip. I wanted to make sure I didn't scratch it. It's a seeded. It's not a barber, it's a seeded. And I can't see the date down there real well, but I knew this is almost the exact same reverse design they used for the barber. So I knew if it was going to be a seeded, it was going to be a later one, because this looks like the same reverse as the 1890s barber dimes, the way they wore down. But normally on the barbers, you can see the head on the front, or you know, Liberty, and I can't tell there for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say this is going to be an 1891, which is the last year of the seeded Liberty dimes. Oh man, I can't believe this. Sweet. And 1891, we'll see. There could be I believe they did have no Denver that year. This could be a New Orleans or a San Francisco mint. The 1891 San Francisco, they're pretty common too, so it could possibly have a mint mark. I don't expect it to be a New Orleans mint, but seeded dime. I didn't find any last year. This is my third seeded coin ever. Sweet. Right here is where I dug that standing Liberty quarter, about a foot over. I got an iffy high tone, about 8 inches down, and it looks like I got another silver. Oh, and this one looks like it's going to be a barber or seeded. Oh, it looks like I might have scratched it here a little bit on the side. Darn it. Oh well, clean it up later. Alright, we've been at about 6 or 7 different spots now, and we just swung over here because we were close by on this hillside where I found my seeded dime. I figured we could both, you know, some of us, we could definitely pull something out of here with the 3 of us with the detectors on here. And I'm right about where I got my last seeded dime, and I can't believe it. I had a penny signal, and it's another seeded dime. I couldn't believe it when I flipped the plug, because there's a lot of deep clad here and stuff too. I flipped it over, and you can see it says 1886. So that's actually my oldest seeded. All the seeded coins I found have been newer ones, but I couldn't believe it. It's ringing up just like a penny. The back looks like it's pretty stained, probably worn. I'll have to check for a mint mark. I think in 1886 there was only Philly and San Francisco mint, so we'll check it out later, but awesome. So that makes it another trifecta for today. Alrighty, so here's a look at the top 6 oldest silver coins I've ever found cleaned up. And we'll go ahead and start with the one I dug recently, which most of you would have seen this because it's an extremely recent video, so I'm not going to spend much time on that. That is the 1876. And since I had found some other seeded dimes before, it didn't even cross my mind at the time that this is the oldest silver coin I've ever dug, since the other ones were closer to the barber era. But pretty cool, 1876. That's my oldest silver coin dug to date. Now, I'm going to give a little bit of backstory on the other ones I found. I'm going to grab this one and this one here because I had actually found seeded dimes from 1886, 1887, and 1888. and I found 5 of them, and none of them are duplicate dates, which is pretty cool. But anyhow, these are 2 seated dimes that I also found here in Tennessee. The other ones came from Pennsylvania before I moved down here. But these came from the same hill here in Knoxville. It was a really old hill where there had been some old buildings and all kinds of different things in the past. And it's pretty neat because from the top of this hill, you can actually see the Knoxville Sun Sphere and most of the city. So it was a really cool spot to hunt. Very steep, mind you. But even though it had been detected some over the years, a spot like that's really hard to pick everything out of. So I was able to have some success. But I found this beautiful 1886 seated dime. You can see it has Liberty on the shield. Beautiful detail. Now the only thing is there was so much activity on that hill and so much groundwork and demolition of past buildings and different things that it's like a garbage pit, and at some point there must have been concrete in there because whatever side of the coin was facing upward was just plastered with concrete on the super old coins. And you can see this one, there's just basically nothing on the back. It's covered in a layer of what I believe is concrete anyway. And you can see around the front, it's kind of crusty around the edges. And I'd tell you guys, I mean, a lot of people have given me ideas to clean this off, but I mean, it is solid on there. And I fear if I try to do anything to it, it's just going to look a lot worse. So to me, that gives it character. We're going to leave it that way. Now, the other one I found is in 1891, and the opposite side was facing upward, the front. So on this one, you can barely see anything on the front of it. It is in 1891, which is the last year they made them before they switched over to barber dimes. And you can see on the reverse of this one, it's just beautiful. So it was kind of interesting. At least they were facing opposite directions, which was kind of weird, so I can get an example of each one. But those are the 2 I found in Tennessee, as well as the one recently. So those 3 seated dimes came from Tennessee, which is really cool. Awesome to find any coin that old in Tennessee. Now, I'll go ahead and go over to my Morgan dollar next. Now, this was found in sort of southwest Virginia. And man, this thing absolutely blew me away. And I actually have a seated dime from the same year, 1888, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, by far one of the most magnificent silver coins I've ever found metal detecting. I mean, it's one of those things you don't think you're ever going to find one, and when I did, I lost it. I couldn't believe it. It was a huge dream come true to find that silver coin and dig it out of the ground. But that's my 1888 Morgan dollar. Now, the 2 other coins are also seated dimes. Now, these I found in Pennsylvania in 2012 before I moved to Tennessee. You didn't see a clip of one of them because this one I found before I started filming. It was around the first Victorian house I'd ever metal detected around. There was a lot of goodies in that yard, and found this beautiful, beautiful 1888 seated dime. It's kind of funny when I found this. It was in some old landscaping around some, river rocks that had been put there for landscaping, and it was just an old like flower bed basically. And it was barely under the dirt, not even a half-inch under the ground. I thought it was going to be modern. But, they churned around a lot of the dirt in that landscaping, and boom, out popped this dime that had been down there a long time. The house was built, I think, like 1891 or 1898, something like that. It was a Victorian house built in the 1890s. And this one I found, it was actually around the oldest standing house, kind of on the hill that I lived on, which was awesome. It was a farmhouse built in 1883. And this 1887 seated dime was actually found only about a foot away from a 1918 standing Liberty quarter. So I'm not sure if they were dropped at the same time. Could have been, because the quarter was an old one. It was a 1918. But this was a few inches deeper and about a foot away. So I'm not really able to confirm if they were dropped at the same time or not. But there you go, guys. Those are the 6 oldest silver coins that I have found metal detecting since 2012, when I started doing this as a serious hobby, not a silver hobby. And I'm hoping maybe now that I kind of hit the oldest silver coin this year, I'm hoping maybe I can find a seated half dime, a quarter, or maybe even a seated half. That would be absolutely amazing. But if I could find something capped bust or anything older other than a seated, would be absolutely amazing to me. And I'm actually kind of a little bit perplexed that I haven't hit a silver coin even a little bit older, like maybe 1860s or 50s, because I do get some Civil War relics around my area. I found a lot of the Civil War lead bullets and buttons and things like that. So I'm sure I'll get an older one here in Tennessee. I just got to wait for it and keep hitting the older sites, and definitely going to be doing some more traveling this year too, try to get in some older places. So as always, thanks guys for watching. Go out there and dig. There's treasure out there waiting to be found. You just got to put the time in and dig it up.